Hello everyone and welcome back to my Road to F1. Today we are in F1 2019 at the Hungaroring for a one-shot qualifying and 25% length race. Now I've actually cranked the driver level up to 55, which is higher than it usually is, which is probably not a good thing. It could definitely be higher, because even with it at what I've got it set at in career mode, I'm still front of the field, so I can definitely adjust that. But anyway, I've already set up my car. I'm racing with Mercedes AMG F1 as Mr. Valtteri Bottas. Well, let's get qualifying. Yep, park for me. Alright, back end was trying to break out a little there. As you can see on the little mini-map down there, Mr. Hamilton is no longer firmly behind me. Keep it on the track, Riley, keep it on the track. Alright, well. Sixth isn't bad.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
That's a little funny. It's a Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari sandwich at the front of the grid, because I am topping the midfield. All right, let's go. Per usual, I'm not going to make y'all watch this.
Fantastic qualifying session. It's
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
Okay. Let's try and make the soft tires last for 6 more laps, even though the grip is obviously going to fall way off the face of the earth. All right. Jeez.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
All right. Damage to the left of my front wing. I can deal with that for a couple of laps.
we're in a good position.
Well done off the line, he says, even though I essentially just punted everyone out of my way. Well,
Okay, let's try and take those places back.
yeah, Jeff, you don't say. Mr. Leclerc, get out from behind me. No, that's not what I meant. I can't turn.
Okay, we need some energy harvesting. Reduce ERS deployment. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
Vehicle condition.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. We're happy with the current tyre condition. They should last a while yet, so don't worry about them. Your brakes are in the optimum temperature zone.
Alright, cool. I don't really like the tire condition. Feels extra slidey. Oh, chicanes are annoying. Chicanes, I think, are what ruined Spanish Grand Prix.
Okay, the boots aren't looking too warm at this point. We should have plenty of life left in them. Let's make sure we keep managing them properly.
That and the fact that everybody does their winter testing there. Whenever I think that they should do winter testing at a non-championship track.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
So, the other day, or depending on whenever you're watching this, it could have been years ago, somebody broke the Cannonball Run record here in America, taking 25 hours and a few minutes to go from somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think, to LA, if I'm not mistaken. But the funny thing is, he did it
The gap
alone.
to the car ahead is 5.4 seconds.
The funny thing is that he did it alone in a rental Mustang GT V6. At an average speed of around 160 plus miles an hour.
Gap to teammate ahead is 8.6 seconds.
Alright, this is lap 5. So far the tires haven't killed themselves yet. I expect them to start, though. I honestly prefer the mediums to the softs because, well, in some cases...
ERS to overtake, please. Push now.
In some cases, in a lot of cases actually, I am faster on the mediums than on the softs. Plus, they just last for so much longer. So one thing I did learn...
Box. We're coming in this lap.
Okay, Jeff. Thank you. So one thing I did learn from that Skip Barber E-Race...
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
Thanks, Jeff. One thing I did learn from that Skip Barber E-Racing series is that not only is cornering about the lines, it's also about...
Gap to car in front is 4.7 seconds.
It's also about how soon can you commit to full throttle without having to take your foot off the gas. Which may sound counterintuitive because you hear me blipping the throttle. But I do that to kind of get the car to turn.
Box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
Because even if it's not understeering, then it's a lot of the time not turning as much as I'd like it to. Alright. Go.
You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Complete. Go now.
Oh crap. There's a wild Grosjean in front of me.
Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the end now.
Alright, Carlos.
It seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed.
Let's race. Or as the great Darrell Waltrip would say, boogity 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 boys, let's go race.
We advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
Mr. George Russell has just retired. Lewis is
in for a stop.
Maybe I should have gone for a little bit more downforce. Or a little more camber, one of the two. A little more, a little less. I haven't driven this track very often, to be honest. I think I've only driven it once or twice. And yeah, it is actually kind of just longer, wider Monaco.
You're now in P7. P7.
Oh wow.
Caution. Caution. Green flag. gap behind us is 1.6 seconds.
Alright, then let's keep the gap in front of us less than 1 second. For that sweet, sweet drag reduction system. Move, Charles!
The car ahead is coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tyres.
Ah. Too late of a dive. Got Carlos Sainz behind me. Running pretty closely, actually. That's why I'm calling back. Or why it feels like I'm going slower. Come on. Can't make the same mistake twice. Oh, he's gonna go over to the inside.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
And that, friends, is oversteer. Sometimes you correct it with braking, sometimes you correct it with throttle, sometimes you correct it with a weird combination of both, and that's called drifting. And in drifting, you don't really correct it, you just sort of hold the slide and adjust the angle of it. In fact, Formula Drift is kind of judged showing off. Still pretty entertaining, though. Though, admittedly, it does kind of hurt my soul to see Mark IV Supras, Mark IV Toyota Supras, and third generation RX-7s be beat to crap. Or turned into drift missiles when they could be. I don't know. Not kept stock, but because cars like that you don't keep stock. At least I wouldn't. Probably should have added a little bit more rear wing. Or just downforce in general. full race update.
We're in P4, Verstappen ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 11.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Leclerc behind. The gap to the car behind is 1.6 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, gap to leader, 18.0 seconds. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 7 laps to go.
Alright, well, you heard Jeff. 7 laps to make up 18 seconds. Come on.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Turn in, little car, turn in. Actually, this thing's huge. Yeah, definitely should have strapped on a little bit more downforce. Come on.
Our gap to the car in front is 11.3 seconds.
Who am I racing?
Okay, our main competitors in this race are Albon and Hamilton.
Albon. Okay. It's always fun to give the engine a little bit of a rev. Yeah, definitely need to charge up the ERS. So it doesn't look like I'll be finishing 1-2 like the Mercedes actually did in the at the Hungaroring this year in 2020. But hey, we'll at least finish in the top 5.
We're trailing our teammate by 17.9 seconds.
Well, that's better than it was earlier.
We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Honestly, I feel bad for Ferrari this year. I really do, because
The gap to the car ahead is 10.3 seconds.
I mean, since the Schumacher era, it's been kind of hard not to root for him, I guess.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't know, it just kind of sucks to see a team with so much history and a massive era of complete and total dominance in the 2000s. Sucks to see them fall back into the midfield.
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
Driver ahead.
Leclerc is behind you. Our gap behind is 7.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 25.9.
Well, I didn't mean to, but I just drifted the car around that corner. Driver in front.
Verstappen is ahead of you. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:24.9. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap.
Well, falling by 1/10 a lap, you say? Well, then let's pick up the pace.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
You don't say. I've been running 4th for the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 laps. The only time I really left the top 10 was...
Gap to car in front is 11.3 seconds.
The only time I left the top 10 was to pit stop.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Full race update.
4th position. You're in 4th position. Verstappen ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 11.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Leclerc behind. Okay, the gap behind is 7.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Our gap to first place is 19.2 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. This is your final lap of the race.
Okay. So right now the car's in...
You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind.
So right now the car's in a bit of a limp home mode. Lean fuel mixture, low ERS, dying tires. Actually, I don't know. Tires might not be that bad. Yep, I was right, dying tires. Well, at the very least, I'm running 4th. That's pretty good. I think for this week's episode of the Pit Lane, I might do a race. Well, obviously I'll do a race, but I'll do a race where I've got the driver set at the maximum level. Would that be interesting?
point race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
If that'd be interesting, let me know in the little iCard at the top right of the screen.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, Lance Stroll would be my pick. He managed to keep a cool head today whilst pushing through the field.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Alright. Well, that's that, I guess. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you liked it a lot, then click the little subscribe button. It's down in the, well, right above the description. You'll see it later in the video. And if you do click the subscribe button, don't forget to click the little bell icon, because that way you'll know whenever I upload a video. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.